Hey there Cosmic Warriors, and welcome back to another video. Okay, so in today's video we are going to be taking a look at the beauty, relationships, envy and seduction of those of you who have Venus in the 9th house within your natal birth chart, so stay tuned. However, before we do dive into today's video, certainly make sure that you give this video a like if you do like it. Also, make sure to subscribe if you have not already, and to, of course, click that little bell icon so that you can keep yourself updated with further content from myself. And also, I just want to make you aware that I have some personal readings available. I also have some practical ebooks available, as well as some merchandise pieces. And all of these things can be found on my website. And one more just quick thing to mention is that if you want to keep up with fun astrology posts from me, then you can go to my Instagram at hannahselsewhere. Okay, so with all of those introductions out of the way, Venus in the 9th house, let's do this. Okay, so first and foremost, when it comes to Venus, make sure that you're looking at your Libra house along with your Taurus house, because both of these signs are ruled by Venus within astrology, okay? And so therefore they can give you more information. Though if you do have Venus in the 9th house, then what this suggests is that you possess such a love for travel and for anything foreign. So this could quite literally translate into you traveling often, or this could mean you're interested in learning about different ways of life, about different cultures, or looking at different foods and cuisines or languages. Perhaps a particular culture or country has your heart, so to speak, and so you go on holiday to that place every single year. Or perhaps you are a real globetrotter who jumps from one destination to the next. I suppose it does depend on the sign that Venus is in, along with those aspects, so just keep that in mind. Though another possibility is that you earn a living through travel, such as you being an air hostess or a train conductor or a travel agent. Then again, given the ways of the world today, perhaps you are a travel vlogger, someone who documents all your trips whilst getting paid for it. Perhaps certain tourist boards, they pay you, or airlines, they pay you, or maybe you receive free stays in hotels and resorts, etc. Though on the other hand, perhaps there's some of you who make a living through being a language translator. And so in this way, you know a few different languages, which is pretty cool in my opinion. Then again, you don't necessarily have to make a living here. Maybe it's just that you do know a few different languages, which again, pretty cool. Or maybe you work within the travel and tourism industry, or within the hotel and hospitality industry, or even within event management. And if we are to look at the 9th house through the lens of higher education, some of you may have studied these subjects at university or college. So looking at the likes of travel and tourism, hotel and hospitality, or event managing and planning. I mean, I know for me, I have a Taurus ruling my 9th house, and I studied travel and tourism management at university. And then one of my best friends who has Venus in the 9th house, she also studied travel and tourism at college, and now she is an air hostess. That's her career. Though maybe there are some of you out there with Venus in the 9th house who have studied journalism or publishing, or maybe you've studied law or something related with design or fashion or beauty. Again, I think this is why it's good to consider the sign that Venus is in along with aspects, but essentially it's likely that you possess a desire to enhance your knowledge further. you seek to broaden your understanding and your views of the world. Likewise, you desire exploration and travel, these activities that get you seeing what else is out there, these activities that get you opening your mind. And like I said a moment ago, perhaps a particular culture has your heart. So you could have posters of Japan just plastered all over your bedroom wall, for example, or maybe cooking Mexican food is a big love of yours, or perhaps there's something about the United States culture that hits different. Take me and my best friend that I just mentioned, for example, okay? We love the United States, the shopping there, and we love that everything is just bigger. Though, to be fair, I'm not the biggest fan of the portion sizes, so the food portion sizes, or of the ingredients and the chemicals that's in certain foods, though I think that that's my Virgo rising energy talking. But still, I do love traveling within the US. I love the cities, the mountains, the people, and like I said, I like the shopping. Now, you could be someone with Venus in the 9th house who doesn't overly enjoy traveling, but perhaps you still possess a love for other countries and cultures, etc., just overall. Or maybe, like I was suggesting, you love learning and you love expanding your mind. You love being greeted to new ways of life, to different opportunities and possibilities. In fact, perhaps you meet lovers and potential partners whilst traveling. Maybe you get into relationships with people from different countries, or maybe it's through a significant other that you travel more. They sort of open you up to a whole new world. Or maybe you prefer traveling with someone else. You enjoy it so much better when somebody else is there with you, experiencing it all with you. Though another thing to mention here is that you fall in love with partners whilst on holiday, and then you're left heartbroken when you have to go home again. Or perhaps this is a situation where your potential lover or your potential significant other, they are traveling. Maybe it's for work purposes, they travel to your home country, and then voila, you meet them, you fall in love, you get into a relationship. Now, with that being said, perhaps it's actually friends you make whilst abroad, seeing as Venus does rule over all types of relationships. Yeah, maybe you get along with plenty of people whilst traveling, and so you make friends pretty easily with people from all over the world. But again, it's this whole notion of creating memories and experiences with others. So it could be friends, could be a partner. Or perhaps this translates into you being super friendly and social at university or at college. Maybe you were or are quite popular at uni, or maybe you get along really well with your teachers and your lecturers and your professors, etc. Perhaps you wish to be liked by them. Again, also keep in mind the sign that Venus is in with the aspects being considered as well, because this could tell a different story to what I'm saying. But maybe university relationships, they matter to you. Or maybe it's that you meet really good friends at uni and then they continue to be your friends into your adult life. Then again, perhaps you are attracted to people with brilliant minds. These people who you see as intellectual with something fascinating to share. Or maybe you have a big crush on a teacher or a professor, this intelligent, well-educated, all-knowing figure who teaches you in such an elegant and beautiful way. Though following on from this point, maybe when you teach, you do so with such beauty and grace and elegance. You love sharing what you have learned with others, and you do it with politeness and manners and with courtesy. And you also enjoy hearing what others have to say and share as well. That way you can grow and you can learn more too. Perhaps you even earn money through the likes of teaching and broadcasting. And it is funny because I never really set out with the intention of teaching other people about astrology in the ways that I do today. but here we are. Yeah, it really started out as a fun hobby, a fun project. I was still sharing in a way, but yeah, I didn't expect for things to grow into what they are today. It just kind of all snowballed and happened. Then again, maybe you earn money through publishing or through journalism. So this could be you publishing your own book, for example, or maybe you set up a financial situation that gives you the flexibility to travel and to be on the move. Perhaps your clients are located all over the world, or maybe you have business relationships with different people from around the globe, or quite possibly you get married to someone from a different country, or you get married to your significant other abroad. And interestingly, my friend with this placement, Venus in the 9th house, she met her now husband whilst he was on a trip back home. So as you can see, things can play out in many different ways, which is interesting. Though another thing to mention is to do with jealousy and envy, the fun stuff when it comes to Venus energy. See, what you might experience when traveling, studying, or exploring are these feelings either coming from within you or from others towards you. So for example, this could look like a person in your life becoming jealous or envious towards your traveling opportunities, or this could play out where they are jealous towards your learning opportunities. So maybe you jet off somewhere exotic and really lovely, and someone is bitter that they don't get to do the same. Or maybe you go to university and somebody in your life is downplaying university like it's not a big deal. This could even be a situation where you are gifted a trip away through a company, and instead of others being happy for you, they become resentful. Then again, perhaps others try to use you in order to receive travel benefits or in order to get into certain training programs, or maybe they feed off your academic qualifications. Yeah, there may be people in your life who play nicey nice to your face only because of how you make them appear. Now, like I said, this could play out the other way. So where it's other people, or you, being jealous towards other people. But I do think that with inner security, you can grow past these behaviors. I mean, it's these behaviors that stem from insecurity and from a lack of acceptance towards yourself. Though on the other hand, I do also understand that jealousy and envy, these are emotions that are valid within themselves. It's just that it's about how we manage these emotions, how we behave and act when we feel these emotions. Though, just to give some more examples, okay? Perhaps this is a scenario where others are envious of the type of relationship you broadcast online, whilst forgetting that online isn't actually real life, it's not reality. Perhaps you often have to snap yourself out of it, Venus in the 9th house individuals. Or quite possibly there's envy and jealousy over your religious beliefs or over your spiritual ideals even. So maybe, for example, you're someone who decides, I don't want to have sex until marriage, but then you receive envy from someone else who wanted to do this, but they didn't follow through. Now, I know this type of behavior is linked with shame and guilt, etc., but it's merely an example. Or let's say even you've done substances as a way to open your mind, and you feel that this has awakened you, so to speak. But then you receive jealousy or envy from others who wish they could have experienced the same thing. Again, I know this example is so cliche when it comes to talking about spiritual ideals, but again, it's only an example to explain what I'm trying to get at here. I mean, is spirituality really about taking foreign substances so we can look into ourselves more deeply? I do wonder. Or maybe by having Venus in the 9th house, well, this suggests that you often question these types of things anyway, but you do so whilst considering other people's views, other people's beliefs, other people's opinions. Yeah, you don't typically want to shoot other people down for believing what they believe in, though to be fair, the sign Venus is in along with those aspects, again, like I said, they can tell a different story. Still, however, I do think there's a beauty in how you go about exploring more of the world around you. You just might seduce potential partners with your charm, with your mind, with your beliefs. Also, perhaps it's important to you that you and your partners, that you share similar morals, similar ethics, or religious values, etc. Which makes sense. I mean, it can be challenging to make life decisions in a relationship if the people involved are not on the same page, morally or religiously. I mean, for example, how would you raise your children? Are children even on the cards? Are you going to church every Sunday, or are you taking part in Ramadan every year? Are you celebrating Jewish holidays, or are you celebrating pagan holidays? Do you believe in astrology? Do you think it's all just a bunch of hocus pocus? Whoa, well, there's a lot to consider, isn't there? And if these things are not discussed or agreed on, this could lead to all sorts of conflict and chaos, which I don't think you want, Venus in the 9th house individuals. Then again, perhaps you're someone with this placement who is more than open and respecting of your partner's morals and beliefs, etc., even if you don't agree. After all, we don't have to agree on everything if we are to have a pleasant, harmonious, and worthwhile relationship. Though the last thing that I do want to mention is to do with how you might desire more from life. More from your relationships, more from God, more from travel and exploration, etc. And it's this more attitude that can lead to feelings of restlessness and feelings of dissatisfaction. So you might think, I'll be happier if I have this type of partner, or if I travel to this destination, or if I have more money to fund this training program. And whilst these feelings, again, they are valid, perhaps what you often forget is what you have right now, what you have to be grateful for, which is right in front of you. Perhaps by harboring the things, appreciating the things you already love and value, maybe you won't feel like something is missing from your life. And as corny as this sounds, maybe it's this whole notion of today is a gift. That's why we call it the present. Now, with that being said, I do understand that it's so much more complex than this. It's not as black and white as this, but I just wanted to raise these points. Also, I understand that you are the types of people who set your eyes towards the future, Venus in the 9th house individuals. You love planning for the future, which is great and also important. And you possess these amazing future aspirations that you would like to achieve, which also great. But when you start feeling unhappy or envious or disappointed when it comes to what you have right now, maybe it's a good idea to remind yourself of where you are now, or how far you have come, or maybe it's a good idea to do a bit of inner self-reflection. And besides, maybe the grass isn't always greener on the other side. Maybe it's about perspective. Okay then, Cosmic Warriors, so that concludes my video all about the beauty, relationships, envy, and seduction of those of you who have Venus in the 9th house within your natal birth chart. Now, if you do happen to have Venus in the 9th house, then please let us know what you thought of the video in the comment section down below. Did you resonate? Did you not resonate? Let us know your feedback. But with all of that being said, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. And of course, if you would like to see more videos from myself and you have not yet subscribed, then make sure that you click that subscribe button, and also make sure that you give this video a like, remember, and I will be back with another video very, very soon. Bye.